Thanks for clicking on the next video. Once again, I'm Zach Armstrong, and I'm running for Man of the Year for Leukemia Lymphoma Society in Louisville, Kentucky. So please click on the link and donate. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my personal story of cancer. I had B-cell lymphoma. I am now, this summer, will be 8 years in remission. And this is kind of how it happened to me. This was 2009. Had just finished medical school, and my wife and I had moved to Louisville, Kentucky. We were very excited. I was starting my career as a physician, and life was kind of taking off for us. Several months into residency, I was tired a lot. I was having a lot of acid reflux, upset stomach. I was just fatigued all the time. And those symptoms I kind of brushed off as I was a resident in emergency medicine here. And we work odd hours and we work a lot. And I assumed that was part of the job, and it wasn't my place to complain. And then in November of that year, I started having night sweats. I would wake up in 2 or 3 in the morning, and it was like I had been swimming. The bed was soaked. I was soaked. Clothing, I would have to get up and change the sheets, and because it was just everything was so damp. And the first couple of times it happened, I kind of blew it off. And then one night I actually woke up. I was so weak I couldn't stand. I couldn't actually speak. I had kind of rolled out of bed onto the floor and was trying to mouth words to Kristen to kind of tell her what was going on. And we went to the hospital. By the time we got there, I felt better. And I was like, this is a waste of time. We need to leave. And then I got a chest x-ray, which showed that I had an abnormal chest x-ray, something that it just didn't quite look right. And I'd never had a chest x-ray before. So, even though I spent 4 years in medical school and I was in residency, I'd been in hospitals for years and years at that point. I never had one before. And so they did a CT scan of my chest, and we found a softball-sized mass in my chest. And the reason I couldn't speak was because it was actually compressing one of the nerves that actually innervates your voice box, and so that was why I had difficulty with that. I was having issues with reflux because it was also pressing on my esophagus, and so it explained a lot of my symptoms. So in a male of my age, there's a few cancers that are more prominent that will give that kind of presentation. And a few days later, I went and met with an oncologist. He kind of explained to me what the possibilities were. Later that day, I went to over to interventional radiology. They put me out, give me some sedation, and they biopsied the mass through my chest wall. And I got a call that evening that I had cancer. That was B-cell lymphoma. That was December 23rd, 2009. And that was it's a rough way to spend Christmas, but it was. I was very thankful and very fortunate for the quick diagnosis, and soon after that, so right after the holiday, I got into start treatment, and I'll kind of detail that in the next video. I want to try to keep these short, but once again, please remember to donate. Like I said, this is all going towards research, and support me as Man of the Year. Support Leukemia Lymphoma Society. There's a button right on the edge there. Just click on that, and every dollar counts. So thank you very much for your time, and click on the next video as well. Thanks.